All right, this is good stuff. So, the defense has put on their closing arguments, and I was going to make the little video sooner, but I just didn't have the time. I just wanted to point out in the first half of the closing statement, when he went to the 4 minutes. Let me turn this down a little bit. Hold on. Anyway, the first half, he went into the 4 minutes and he sat there for 4 minutes and it was dead silence. The 4 minutes was eternity when you're sitting in silence. And it really let people understand. I mean, you can say 4 minutes, but man, that was effective. That was what I'm talking about. So, the thing that I really liked was he said, "Look, I'm not just going to say that I'm not just going to prove that the state didn't prove their case. I'm going to prove that my client is innocent 100%." And he went about doing that. And he showed all the evidence and all the facts of the case and all the lack of evidence and the fact that lack of evidence is not evidence. So he goes through the whole thing. He lays it out piece by piece and really, I would say, sealed the deal. I would say it was clean out of the park. And the final part where he talked about self-defense and that he wants them to go back and just sit down and think about whether George was defending himself when he shot Trayvon. So really, this is what I've been saying all along. The main point in this case is, at the moment that George was on the ground with Trayvon mounting him and banging his head on the concrete and threatening him, at that moment, was there an opportunity for George to claim self-defense? And any reasonable person will agree that if they're in that position, they have a right to self-defense. Now, the unreasonable people will say George didn't have the right to self-defense because, of course, we know Trayvon was black and George was not black. So because of that, George has to surrender his life. And, unfortunately for those people, they don't understand the law. They don't understand common sense. They don't understand really a lot of anything. They're just, it's almost like they think from animalistic thoughts. I don't know where these people come up with these ideas. But I can guarantee you, if they were in George's shoes, they would want to be afforded all the rights. They would want to make sure that people were giving them the benefit of the doubt. But they don't want to give it to George. That's fine. I really don't care. I have come to the conclusion that now the only thing that matters is that the jury has been sequestered. So whatever is said, all these comments coming back and forth mean nothing. Right now, these are the 6 people that make the decision based on the evidence, based on what the state was able to prove. And I would believe most people are going to agree with George's lawyers that it was 100% innocent. And of course, a lot of people that won't agree with that didn't bother watching the entire trial. And there's going to be a few that did watch the entire trial, and they're still going to be adamant. Like Natalie Jackson, she is the partner of Crump, and she's on CNN all the time. They forget to tell you that she has a vested interest in this case, that if George wins, that she stands to lose money because they have planned on suing George to get money out of him if he loses. Of course, now they're really upset about it. So you get her on CNN every single night telling us how terrible George's team is doing and what a wonderful job the prosecution is doing. Yet the rest of the world's telling her she's crazy. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm going to watch the rest of this. Good talking to you guys. Talk to you later.